Of course, you guys know that I grew up in Atlantic City. We actually moved there in 1976 when resorts opened up full time. We were going to summer, leaving the winter, of course. And I left in 1999. What I say about Atlantic City Boardwalk is a very unique place. The rents are very high, and you have to pay the whole rent within those 3-4 months of the summer. So the pressure was on. And the thing was, you couldn't really close because if Costamano or Costamanca walked over to your place and wanted to get a reading, and your clothes should go 15 feet and go to the next Dabardin. So the pressure was always on the girls. It was a 12, 14-hour day every day, especially in the summertime. So you couldn't close. The thing about me and my dad, we were always partners when it came to our pot. So whether my mother made it, whether Susie made it, we were all one, because I'm the only son, of course. So a lot of times the girls would take turns. And I would take my mother to the market or go pay some bills or do laundry, whatever it might be. And she would always find a payphone. To a lot of kids out there, there's something called a payphone. You would have to take change out, put it in. And the first thing she would ask Susie is this: "Segajeba boardwalk." It was an automatic. It was the first words, not "how are you," not "what did you do." Segajeba boardwalk. Because of course, as you on the boardwalk, you have a better chance of making money. And the opposite. A lot of times, Susie would stay home, watch the kids, cook, whatever. She would call my mother a few times. Segajeba boardwalk. It's an automatic question. So we left in 99, of course. And I guess around 2015, we decided we wanted to go back. We moved to Staten Island for all this time. We decided we wanted to go back for a little time. We thought we were going to be there, but my kids wanted to go back to Staten Island. But the few years we were there, we decided beforehand we didn't want a place on the boardwalk. Because my mother was 70, Susie's 50. Not easy to go back into that 14-hour-a-day, regimen. For a lot of us who lived in office in the back of an office with one TV and one shower, then you move into a big house, something comfortable. Hard to move back, to sit behind an office, a storefront. So it's kind of the same principle here. So we decided we wasn't going to get an office. The girls had a couple of restaurants and stuff they run on the weekends for a couple hours. We were happy. My favorite thing about Atlantic City till today was the walk. I always was a walker. Every time I would go, at least 3-4 times a week, my mother would call my cell phone, and the first thing she'd ask me is this: "Segajeba boardwalk?" "No, mom. Manaso sas. Those errors are gone." "Oh, boardwalk, Bray, I can't tell you. There's nowhere to move. A billion people on the boardwalk." But I didn't want to tell her that. Hurt her feelings. What was the difference? We wasn't going back on the boardwalk. So what was the difference if it was people or not? But see, the thing I learned about life is this: some mindsets don't change. Besides Christianity, yes, Jesus will change your life. He'll change your situation. He'll change your attitude. He'll change a lot of stuff. But there's some mindsets that just stay the same. So my mother asking me every time I went on the boardwalk, 4 days a week, "Segajeba boardwalk." It just told me that, there's just some things that don't change. Doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean you're not saved or born again. Until today, because everyone knows boardwalk life or beach life. Saturday was the hot day, no matter what. It was all the tourists come down, all the guys around the world come down, and I left Atlantic City October 19th, was 20 years. Saturday comes, I still lose it. I swear to you. Me and Susie get up, my mother get up Saturday, and we're panic. What should we do? Where should we go? How do we mind business? Because that mindset of Saturday, the weekend, especially the holidays, see when the holidays come around, we lose it. We lose it because we know that there's people, we know there's business to be run, we know that there's the boardwalks or parks or beaches, whatever, that there's something going on the weekends that we still have that instilled in us. We haven't had a park in 7 years. We sold a Guntwit, we sold West Palm Beach, haven't had a sign on our house in a couple of years. I'm not saying we gave it up totally. I believe we are walking it out, but that mindset is still there about business. So this is my new series called Stories of YouTube. Some will have some points, some won't. Some will have Christian base, some won't. But I do believe that there's a lot of wisdom in what I just said. God bless you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the first edition of Stories with YouTube. Whatever you can take from that, take it. But the truth is this: some mindsets never change. God bless.